All right, all the pleasantries have been said and done, and we are good to go with this game between the away Shooting Eagles and the hometown Grizzlies. Shooting Eagles win the possession off the faceoff. Well, thereby, Shooting Eagles shot wide. They recover. Young's got it at the point. Grizzlies force the turnover. Loose ball. Grizzlies pick it up, get a fresh 30. Picked up there by Margetson. Margetson dumps it and goes to the bench for a change. Gets over there to Brunch. Works it into the corner, down to Doughty. 3 seconds left on the shot clock. Grizzlies shoot it wide. Ball is going to go all the way down. Eagles will take possession. Picked up there by Young, who dumps it and makes a change to the bench. Gathered there by Moog. Shooting Eagles, caping in. Bit of footwork there. Grizzlies force the turnover. 4 seconds left on the shot clock for the Eagles. Grizzlies force the turnover. Get the change of possession on the shot clock violation. Grizzlies pick it up. Work down to Pynchon. Pynchon with the ball, shoots, big save there by Lomas. First time we've seen Tristan Lomas, and this ball's going to come into the crowd, and it's going to go the way of the Shooting Eagles. Almost has up here in the crow's nest, which is kind of surprising, but that is part of lacrosse. Shooting Eagles have got the ball, brings it over. Winter gains the center line. Recovered there by the Grizzlies. Grizzlies gain possession in a fresh 30. Get across center. 25 seconds left to go on the shot clock. Dumped there by Doughty. Work down. Held by Brunch. A little bit of a bump there by Moffett. And we got a crease violation against the Grizzlies. Shooting Eagles can't seem to get the handle on the ball to gain possession, and they do. Young coming back the other way. He's going to try to gain center. Young gets it over and makes the change. Pinned in the corner. Forces the ball loose. That's going to be a back over, and it is. Grizzlies will gain possession. Picked up by the Grizzlies, specifically Tyfair. Tyfair shoots, big save there by Lomas. Grizzlies retain possession. Get it over to Brunch. Brunch fires, save there by Lomas. 12 seconds left on the shot clock. Grizzlies holding on to possession. Shooting Eagles keeping everything outside the perimeter. Looking to break in. 21 loses the handle. Shot clock violation going back to the Shooting Eagles. So Pynchon had an opportunity but lost the handle. And Shooting Eagles gained possession and gained the center line. They dish off. Shooting Eagles working behind the net, looking for any option on the Grizzlies to get a shot. 4 seconds left on the shot clock. Wandler makes the save for the Grizzlies, and the Grizzlies gain possession. Working it in is Pynchon. Pinchin gets a pick there from Buchan. Grizzlies working it around, looking for an option. Trying to break it loose, still being kept to the outside. Brunch gets an option there. Trying to stay outside the crease. 3 seconds left on the shot clock. 2-1, broken up by the Shooting Eagles. Shooting Eagles gain possession. Looking to take the long ball. And they do. Picked up there by Lady. Lady brings it across center. Shooting Eagles trying to work it around, trying to get something on this Grizzlies defense. Shot there by the Eagles goes wide. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Not going to get the time. Going to be a back over violation. Grizzlies get possession before the horn goes off. Grizzlies pick it up. Still retain possession. Grizzlies looking to work to the point. Moffitt gets it over. Big fire, shoots, scores!
Grizzlies goal scored by David Carlson. These are team number 46, Thomas Moffitt, and number 40, Tony Moriatsu. Out number 5 for review. Carlson from Moffitt Moriatsu at 5 for review.
So Carlson gets his first taste of action as a Grizzly, gets his first goal of the season from Moffitt and Morimatsu. The Grizzlies open the scoring 1-0. Shooting Eagles have possession, held there by Winter. Winter looking to work it in. Fire, shoots, scores!
Shooting Eagles goal scored by Tag Moe. These are team number 32. This is team number 33, Brandon Crusher, and number 52, Desmond Fitzpatrick. Down below 6:30. From Marshall Fitzpatrick at 6:30.
So Moog from Marcher and Fitzpatrick as the Shooting Eagles answer back to tie the game at 1. Shooting Eagles shooting wide. Recovered there. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Again, shoot wide. Still retain possession. Another shot there. Blocked by the Grizzlies. Shot clock violation. Grizzlies recover. Coming back the other way is Lewis, who dumps it and makes the change. They're going to work it around. Sees an option, shoots, scores! What a play there by Eilert.
Grizzlies goal scored by Grizzlies goal scored by number 33, Kyle Crowe. These are team number 5, David Carlson, and number 21, Paul Pinchin. Down below 7:44. Rush from Carlson Pinchin at 7:44. Shooting Eagles goal scored and assisted by number 20, Tyson Nielsen. Down below 7:58. Nielsen unassisted at 7:58.
So a quick exchange of goals there leads to this horse race, and we are tied at 2 with 6:17 left to go in this first quarter between the Shooting Eagles and the hometown Grizzlies. Grizzlies work it in. Another good opportunity. Big save there. A bevy of bodies near the edge of the crease. But the point is the big save there by Lomas. 13 seconds left on the shot clock. Grizzlies retain possession. Another shot there, blocked through. Good job there by Miller to block that shot. Gets another reset. Shooting Eagles change possession, go the other way. Winter looks to make a shot, and we're going to get a hydration break.
Grizzlies goals for number 46, Thomas Moffett. These is number 33, Kyle Fromm. And number 40, Kobe Moriyasu. Down the goal line, 45. Moffett from Berger Moriyasu at line 45.
So Moffett from Brunch and Morimatsu right now the go-ahead goal as the Grizzlies have a 3-2 lead with 4:44 left to go in this first quarter. Grizzlies attempt a shot, blocked there by the Shooting Eagles. Richmond gathers it, gets across center. A little bit of a change in the jerseys here. Which was originally number 11, Jake Young, is actually wearing number 8, and number 9, Tag Moog for the Shooting Eagles is actually wearing number 11. So if you're wondering what that pause was, it's because we didn't know who number 8 was up until we got cleared by field level. So Grizzlies have possession. Brunch, spin move. Looking to cut it back. Looks like it's going to be a back over, and indeed it is. Shooting Eagles will gain possession. Back to the point to Young. Young's going to work it around. No options there. Grizzlies defense closing ranks. Trying to seal up every possible hole there imaginable. Shooting Eagles fire it wide. Grizzlies gain the ball, gain the fresh 30. Brunch slings it across. Gets it over to Baker. Baker working in the corners. Gets it down to Moffett. Moffett shoots. Big save there by Lomas. Shooting Eagles regain possession. Dishes off to Porter. Porter gains center. Porter looking for his option. Gains the option, and he dishes it over to Young. Young brings it in. Young working it around the perimeter. Shot there. Big save there by Wandler. Looks like we got a deflection off of Wandler. Ball will remain in Shooting Eagles possession with a fresh 20. Eagles working around. Another deflection off of Wandler. Yet another fresh 20 and a continued possession by the Shooting Eagles. Grizzlies get the defensive stop. Get the fresh 30, they get across. Margetson dishes off, as does Eilert. Gained there by Pynchon. Pinchin working back and forth. Going through a bevy of people, loses the handle. Work there by Moffitt. Moffitt shoots. Save made by Lomas. Shooting Eagles gain possession. 1:50 left to go in this first quarter. Grizzlies lead 3-2. Worked in there by Winter. Fired, saved there off of Wandler. Wandler loses possession briefly. Grizzlies having a little bit of trouble getting it off of the carpet there, and they finally do and gain center. Tyfer gets it over. Working it down, shot there. Big shot there by Morimatsu, stopped by Lomas. Last minute of play in this first quarter, Grizzlies lead 3-2. Shooting Eagles have possession, working it around. 6 seconds left on the clock. Shooting Eagles trying to get an opening here. Finally have to fire. They fire. Big save there made by Wandler. Shooting Eagles get the fresh 20. Goaltender looking to edge possibly towards the bench, but only 9 seconds remain on this shot clock. Shot there, shoot, scores! So Grizzlies going net empty for the last 14.4 seconds of this first quarter. Score tied at 3. Brunch not going to get a shot off, and the Shooting Eagles miss the net wide. As we begin the second quarter, Grizzlies and Shooting Eagles tied at 3. Been one heck of a first quarter there. It looks like the Eagles got nailed with a back over, bringing the ball outside of the crease, then back into it. Grizzlies will gain possession. Grizzlies get the ball to Pinchin on the outside, work it down to the corner. Over to Baker. Baker fires it back to Pinchin. Gets it over to Brunch. Brunch looks to work it back over to Baker. Baker back to Pinchin. Pinchin fires, save there, made by Lomas. Grizzlies get the fresh 20. Brunch works it around. Big save there. Shooting Eagles get possession and gain a fresh 30. Shooting Eagles get the possession in the Grizzlies zone. Grizzlies looking to get the possession, and they do. Get the fresh 30. Doughty was looking for Simmons there for a moment. Simmons unfortunately has attention put elsewhere, so Doughty had to bring it across the center line. Heather there gets it over to Pinchin. Or sorry, I stand corrected, to Baker. Baker fires in, saved there by Lomas, recovered by the Shooting Eagles, who then turn it over at the half point. Get it back over to the Grizzlies. Grizzlies, Morimatsu brings it across center. Morimatsu looking to try to cut in towards the net. Shooting Eagles defense not having it. Moffitt looking to work in. Trying to help out Morimatsu is Brunch. Brunch recovers it. 6 seconds on the shot. Morimatsu from the point. Stopped there. Recovered by the Grizzlies. One second left. Fires from the point. Manarino stopped there by Lomas. Shooting Eagles gain possession. Brought in by Parson Quintino. Dishes off. Takes it to the net. A little bit of a neck there. It's crease violation waived, but we have a delayed penalty. The delayed penalty is for a hold.
Grizzlies penalty to number 26, Carter Clark, 2 minutes for holding. Penalty 2:44. Clark for holding at 2:44.
So Clark goes to the box for the Grizzlies. Shooting Eagles go to the power play. And this game tied at 3. Fitzpatrick works it around. Gets it over to Young. Young shoots, scores on the power play.
Shooting Eagles goals on the power play by number 8, Jay Young. These are to number 40, Blake Young. And to number 10, Keegan Lee. On goal 3:15. Young from Young Lady on the power play at 3:15.
So the Young brothers, with an assist from Mr. Lady, put the Screaming Eagles up 4-3 on the power play. Shot there from the point by Moffitt. And a back over by the Shooting Eagles. Grizzlies will retain possession with a fresh 30. Morimatsu works it down to Carlson. Carlson fires it behind the net. Stopped there by Lomas. Brought out by the Shooting Eagles. Moog tries the shot, blocked through. 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Another shot there, shoots, scores! Another shot there by Jake Young.
Shooting Eagles goals for number 12, Garrett Winter. These are to number 8, Jay Young. And to number 19, Dallas Kilpatrick. On goal 4:30. Winner from Young Kilpatrick at 4:30.
Grizzlies retain possession off of the deflection. Shooting Eagles lead 5-3 with 9:56 left to go in this second quarter. Shot there by the Grizzlies by Pynchon, stopped there by Lomas. Grizzlies retain possession. Shot there by Morimatsu. Lomas got enough of it to hold it out of the net. Shooting Eagles get it over to Porter, who gets it across center. He's going to look to dump it off, and he does. Young gets it back over to the point. They're going to work it around to Blake Young, over to his brother Jake. Fitzpatrick tries a shot, stopped there by Wandler. Wandler gathers it, gets it over to Josh Kelly, who's going to get it across to Ethan Quinn, who gets across center and dumps it off. Gets it over to Kyle Brunch. Kyle Brunch works it over to Ethan Quinn. Back to Kyle Brunch. Brunch stopped there, but recovered. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Brunch looking to work it around, gets an opening. Another big save there by Lomas. Pushed in. Ball will go to the Shooting Eagles. Shooting Eagles get a fresh 30. Tried to go with the moon ball. Somehow managed to complete the pass on that one. Shooting Eagles gain the Grizzlies zone. Gathered there by Tag Moog. Tag Moog falls down. Fitzpatrick looking for a call, gets none. Grizzlies gain possession and get across the center line. Work it over to Carlson. Carlson fires wide. Shooting Eagles, nothing but daylight between them and the net. Shot, big save, wide. Wandler not in a position to make the save. Grizzlies get it and gain possession. 5 seconds left. Grizzlies do get across the center line. Nash Moog gains it, looking for someone to dump the ball to, and he finds it. Gets it over to Brunch. Brunch works it down to the corner. Gets it across the way. Pass there by Carlson. Carlson fires it, and looks like we have a penalty. Grizzlies get possession on the Shooting Eagles side of center. Working it down is Carlson. Brunch holds on. Brunch looking to work it wide, and he does. Carlson gets it over to Baker. Baker shoots, stopped there by Lomas. Baker works it across. Gets an option here. Shoots, fires. Picked up there by Baker. Grizzlies retain possession and gain a fresh 20. Gathered there by Brunch. Brunch dekes out his men. Shoots, scores!
Grizzlies goal scorer number 33, Kyle Brown. These is team number 6, Marcello Marino. Arenalacrosseleague 8-14. From Sereno 8-14.
So Brunch from Manarino ties the score at 5 with 6:30 left to go in the second quarter. And then all heck breaks loose a couple of minutes ago here as we try to get this sorted out. Looks like there's a penalty on the Shooting Eagles.
Shooting Eagles penalty to number 6. Lucas Carson continues against the goalie at 8:30. Carson continues with the goalie at 8:30. Grizzlies goal scorer on the power play by number 40, Moriyasu. He's the team number 33, Kyle Brown. Out of 8:36. Moriyasu from Brown at 8:36.
So Toru Morimatsu from Kyle Brunch on the power play at 8:36, and the Grizzlies go ahead 6-5. Grizzlies gain possession after a little bit of a melee at the bench. Nobody's worse for harm. Carlson shooting from the point. Shoots wide. 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Carlson looking for another shot, finds it. Again, wide. Recovered there by the Shooting Eagles. Shooting Eagles get a fresh 30, get across center. Shooting Eagles working it down. They get it over to Jake Young. Jake Young looking for options. He gets it over to Winter. Winter, nice little dish. Open shoots. Save there made by Wandler. Another reset on the clock. Shooting Eagles retain possession. Working around is Declan Fitzpatrick. Another shot there from the point. Recovered there by Wandler, and they'll get out to center. Gathered there by Lewis. Lewis dishes off and takes the change. Hands it over to Brunch. Brunch gets it over to Quinn, who works it down to Morimatsu. Morimatsu gets it over to Brunch again. Baker hits the post. And we got a change of possession. Shooting Eagles gain possession. Sorry about that. Shooting Eagles gain possession, get across the center line. They're going to work it across and change. Held there by Winter. He works it down to Tag Moog. 1 second left on the shot clock. Block there. Nice block by Buchan. Shot clock violation. Grizzlies gain possession. Brought in there by Moog. Moog looking for options. Grizzlies up 6-5. 3:32 left to go in the second quarter. Carlson working the back of the net, looking for an option. Fires by Baker. Baker shoots, scores!
Grizzlies goal scored by number 14, Aiden Baker. These two with number 5, Aiden Carlson, and number 11, Nash Moe. On goal 11-40. Baker from Carlson Moe, 11-40.
So Baker gets one from Carlson and Moog, and they extend their lead to 7-5 for the Grizzlies. Point shot by Young, sure enough, clears it. Beautiful goal.
Shooting Eagles goal scored by number 8, Jay Young. These is number 19, Dallas Coleman, and number 25, Arenalacrosseleague. On goal 12-13. Young from Patrick Slade at 12-13.
So Jake Young gets one back for the Shooting Eagles, and they're within one, 7-6. 2:18 left to go in this second quarter. Shooting Eagles have possession, doing everything they can to stay on the edge, and they do! Scores! Garrett Winter picks up one.
Shooting Eagles goal scored by number 12, Garrett Winter. These is to number 15. Shooting Eagles goal scored by number 12, Garrett Winter. This is to number 52, Evelyn Fitzpatrick. On goal 12-48.
So Winter from Fitzpatrick in this slugfest, and the Shooting Eagles tie the score at 7. 1:35 left to go in this second quarter. Working around is Blake Young. Looks like it's going to be a dump, and sure enough it is. Oh, perhaps not. Grizzlies sort of take possession on a broken play, and they get the 10-second call. Ball going back to the Shooting Eagles. Shooting Eagles gain possession. Within the last minute of play of this Sunday doubleheader slugfest, Game 2, between the Grizzlies and Shooting Eagles, both teams tied at 7 with 47 seconds left and counting in this second quarter. Shooting Eagles go with the long ball, received there by Porter. Porter brings it in, shoots, big save there by Wandler. Porter retains possession, works it to the backside. Fitzpatrick loses the handle. 12 seconds left on the shot clock, 28 seconds on the game clock for the second quarter. Fitzpatrick works in against two human beings. Crease violation going back to the Grizzlies. And it does. Bringing it in is Nash Moog. Wandler going to the bench for the Grizzlies. Shot clock turned off, 10 seconds left to go in this second quarter. Guys are carrying it out from the bench. Shooting Eagles, save there made by Lomas. And at the end of the half, both teams tied at 7. All right, so we're back to game action in this third quarter. Shooting Eagles and Grizzlies tied at 7. A little bit of a brouhaha at this Shooting Eagles bench, and somehow Shooting Eagles gain possession with a fresh 30. Brought in there by Blake Young. Works it over to Tag Moog. Gets it over to Fitzpatrick. Fires, save there made by Wandler. Grizzlies gain possession and gain the center line. Quinn looking to hand it off, and he does. Gets it over to Moog. Moog back over to Morimatsu. Morimatsu gets it over to Baker. Gets it over to Brunch. Brunch fires, shoots, scores! Beautiful play, Marcello Manarino. Welcome to the party.
Grizzlies goal scored by number 6, Marcello Manarino. The assistant number 33, Kyle Brown. And number 14, Aiden Baker. Time goal 54 seconds. Manarino for Roger Baker, 54 seconds.
So the Grizzlies take an 8-7 lead on a Manarino goal from Brunch and Baker. Just shy of a minute in to the third quarter. Grizzlies still holding on possession. Shot clock goes off. Shooting Eagles gain possession. Slade looking to bring it across. He's going to dump it over. Gets it over to Winter. Winter gets across. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Fitzpatrick back to Winter. Back to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick fires from the point, shoots wide. Back over on the shooting Grizzlies. Back over on the shooting Eagles. Take over to the Grizzlies. Morimatsu over to Pynchon. Pynchon looking for options. Gets it over to Brunch. Deflected off of the shooting Eagles player's helmet, specifically off of Reese Young. Gathered on the long ball by Porter. He gets over center. Now get it over to Fitzpatrick. He works into the corner. Dish there by Young. Grizzlies gain possession, gain center. Brought over by Doughty, who dumps it off. Shot wide. It's going to be a back over. Yes, it is. Shooting Eagles will gain possession on the back over. Going to get it will be number 40, Blake Young. He's going to work out of the corner. And he gets it over to Garrett Winter. A little bit of an option play there. Fired by Gifford. And we get change of possession, Grizzlies ball. 11:40 to go in this third quarter. Grizzlies up 8-7. Simmons works it over. A little bit of a knockdown. He's going to get over to Brunch. Brunch from the point gets it over to Carlson. Carlson shoots, scores!
Grizzlies goal scored by number 5, David Carlson. He's the student number 33, Kyle Brown. And number 14, Aiden Baker. On the goal, 3-4-3. Carlson for Roger Baker at 3-4-3.
So Carlson from Brunch and Baker widens this lead for the Grizzlies, currently up 9-7. Three shooting Eagles players surrounding the Grizzlies player trying to get the ball. 16 seconds on the shot clock. Tyfair breaks it loose, fires wide, goes into the shooting Eagles bench. Shooting Eagles will gain possession in a fresh 30. Shooting Eagles have possession. Gathered there by Winter. Winter with the ball, looking to turn the corner. Gonna turn around. Looking for a quick pick. Throws it behind the back. A little bit of a dive there. Line violation. Crease violation going back to the Grizzlies. Grizzlies get the fresh 30 and gain center. Lewis dumps it off, makes a change. Carlson into a bit of traffic, cuts it over. Gets it over to Pinchin. Pinchin works it down. And again, looking for an option. Fires it wide. Recovered there. 2 seconds on the shot clock. 1 second on the shot clock. Blocked there by Slade's head. And they're going to say possession is going to go to the Shooting Eagles. Shooting Eagles gather, get across center. Lady. Lady working on the perimeter. Takes a shot. Goes off the goaltender. Goes out. We're going to get a fresh 30 back to the Grizzlies. Grizzlies try to go in, and creeps and scores! Buchan with a heck of a goal there. Trickled through.
Grizzlies goal scored and assisted by number 12, Noah Buchan. Time goal 5:30. Buchan assisted at 5:30.
So Buchan with a solo effort trickle there. Gets past Lomas into the net. Grizzlies take a 3-goal lead. A little bit of a body slam there. Shot clock at 4. Grizzlies still technically have possession. Shooting Eagles tried to flip it through the legs. That's a new one. But they gained possession on the shot clock violation. Gathered there by Nielsen. Nielsen drops it off and makes the change. Working the other side. Shooting Eagles looking for an option. Grizzlies defense tightening it up. Shooting Eagles get the shot off. Grizzlies make the save. Wandler gets it over to his Grizzlies teammates who gain center. Pinchin. And gathered there by Simmons. Simmons digging in. Simmons looking for a shot. Blocked there by Marcher. It's going to go all the way out to center. Shooting Eagles block it up, and sure enough, they are going to take possession on the shot clock violation. Dumps it off to number 40, Blake Young, who's going to work the perimeter for the Shooting Eagles. Blake Young gets it over. Fitzpatrick looking for an option. Fitzpatrick fires wide. And that's going to go all the way down for the back over. Blake Young can't knock it out of the air. Grizzlies ball. Grizzlies going to get it in the Shooting Eagle zone. And they do. Play goes on. Shot saved there made by Lomas. Coming back the other way are the Shooting Eagles. Shooting Eagles looking for an opening. They find one but fire it wide. Recovered there by Jake Young. Jake Young takes the initial hit. Can't corral the puck. Can't corral the lacrosse ball. Grizzlies recover. Coming back the other way is Manarino. And he dumps it off. Gets it over to Brunch. Brunch to Manarino. Working on the outside. Shot scores! Moffett from Manarino and Brunch.
Grizzlies goal scored by number 46, Thomas Moffett. Assisted number 33, Kyle Brunch. And number 6, Marcello Manarino. Time goal 8:13. Moffett from Brunch and Manarino at 8:13.
So Moffett from Brunch and Manarino, and the Grizzlies have opened up a 4-goal lead. Currently 11-7 in this third quarter with 6:14 left to go. Big save there by Lomas. He gets it out to the point where it's collected there by Blake Young, number 40. He gets it over to Grizzlies looking to force the turnover. They do. 2-on-1 coming back the other way. Shot stopped there by Lomas. Regathered by the Shooting Eagles. Trying to get it over center, and they do. Gathered there by Parson Quintino. Shooting Eagles still looking for an option. Finally fired. Stopped there by Wandler. Shooting Eagles get a fresh 20. Shot there by the Shooting Eagles. Another shot there by the Shooting Eagles. 2 big saves by Wandler. Grizzlies gain possession and the center line. Nelson drops it down. Gets it over to Morimatsu. Morimatsu working on the outside, looking for options. Gets it back over to Manarino. Manarino shoot. Big block there by a 25, Cal Slade for the Shooting Eagles. Shooting Eagles gain possession. Brought in by Richmond. Richmond in the Grizzly zone working on the outside, looking for his options. Finally gets one. Makes the pass over to coming back the other way. 5 seconds left to go on the shot clock. Another option there. Shoots. Save made by the Grizzlies goaltender. Grizzlies got it. 3-on-0. Moffitt dishes over. Shot. Big save there. Second big save there. No one's got possession yet. Shooting Eagles get possession out of the melee. Porter's going to get it to center. And he does. 2 big saves there by Lomas. Grizzlies lead 11-7. Grizzlies come back the other way after a knockdown. Margetson dumps it. Goes for the change. Looking to work it around is Carlson. Carlson, really good game tonight for him. Shot there, hits the post, and looks like it's caught in the goalie's gear. We got a hydration break. 3:08 left to go in this third quarter. So the Shooting Eagles retrieve the ball from the goalie's gear and gain possession after the hydration break. Grizzlies lead 11-7 with 2:55 left to go in this third quarter. Shot there, shoots, scores! Nice dish, good score there.
Shooting Eagles goal scorer number 12. Garrett Winter. He's a shooter number 52, Devin Fitzpatrick. And shooter number 8, Jay Young. Time on 12-15. Winter from Fitzpatrick Young at 12-15.
So Garrett Winter adds another goal to the Shooting Eagles, and they're down 3. Shooting Eagles gain possession. Getting across is Tyson Nielsen. Nielsen looking for an option to pass to. No, he's going to get the green light and take it to the house. Shoots wide. And gets a little carpet burn for his trouble. Coming back the other way. Shooting Eagles retain possession. Shot there. Stopped by Wandler. Grizzlies gain possession. Coming back the other way is Brunch, who's had a really good game today. He's going to look for an option to dump off to. Gets it into the corner for Carlson. Carlson, the call-up, played really well today. He's going to get across to Baker. Baker fires behind his back. Goalie's not falling for that one. Shooting Eagles gain possession. They're going to look for the long ball. Taking way too long for the long ball. And they're going to fire it over the glass on the other side. No, that stayed in. Okay. We're down to the final minute. Grizzlies lead 11-8. Ball caught up on top of the net. They're going to get that retrieved, and Shooting Eagles will gain possession. Eagles coming back across the center line. Gathered there by Parson Quintino. Parson Quintino looking for options. He dumps off to Blake Young. Works it down, fires. Another big save there by Wandler. Grizzlies get possession in a fresh 30. Grizzlies give up possession. Goes back to the Eagles. And looks like we've got a bit of a tangle here, but they're going to say possession is going to the Eagles. Eagles just pulled their goaltender, 25.1 seconds left. Shot clock turned off. Eagles have possession. Play continues on. We appear to have some kind of gear in that corner there. We're not exactly sure what that is, but we'll sort it out. Shooting Eagles looking for an opportunity here. Shot wide. Another shot there. Also wide. A little bit of a hold up to the Grizzlies. That's a back over. Doesn't matter. Time has expired. So at the end of the third quarter, it's Grizzlies 11, Shooting Eagles 8. Grizzlies win the possession. A little bit of a brouhaha at center though, but they get it sorted out. Grizzlies keep possession. Up 11-8 going into this fourth quarter. They get it over to Moffitt. Moffitt looking for options. He gets it over to Brunch. Brunch gets it over to Morimatsu. Back over to Carlson. Over to Morimatsu. Back over to Brunch. Brunch fires wide. Shot clock violation. Shooting Eagles ball. Shooting Eagles bring it into the Grizzly zone. Looking for options. Working around is Jake Young. Really good game for him tonight. He gets it over to Winter. Winter fires. Save made by Wandler. Recovered there by the Grizzlies, who get it out to center. Gathered there by Doughty. Doughty gets across, looks for his options. Finds one. Gets it over to Brunch. Brunch immediately dishes over to Morimatsu. Back to Brunch. Brunch working on the outside, switches with Morimatsu. Gets it over, back over to Brunch. Brunch fires. Save there made by Lomas. Gathered there by the Shooting Eagles. They'll get a fresh 30 and get it across center. Big play there by Gifford, who hits the iron. Come back the other way. Grizzlies shoot. Save made by Lomas. And it's going to be Shooting Eagles ball. Shooting Eagles gain the center line. Coming back the other way is Blake Young. Blake Young taking a bit of harm there. He's going to get over to Richmond. Richmond working, sorry, I stand corrected, over to Winter, who's working the outside. Winter fires, save there, made by Wandler. Gathered up by the Grizzlies, coming back the other way. Lewis holds on to it, gets over center. Lewis looking for an option, finds one. And he's going to dish it over to Manarino. Manarino working around, working through, knocked down. 6 seconds on the shot clock, recovered there by the Shooting Eagles. Shooting Eagles gain the center line. Coming back the other way, fake there. Shot, huge save by Wandler. Grizzlies bring it back the other way. Eilert coming back in. He's going to gain it over. Big option there, shoots, save made. And they're going to call it back over, and it's going back to the Grizzlies. Shot wide. Gather there, another shot. Brunch looking for an option, another shot there. Big saves here by Lomas, 3 of them. Shooting Eagles gain possession. They get across the center line. Tag Moog looking for somebody to hand this ball to. And he's going to draw what appears to be a penalty. We'll sort that out momentarily. So Tag Moog takes an illegal cross-check for the Shooting Eagles. Grizzlies on the power play. Coming back the other way. Parson Quintino hits the crossbar. Shooting Eagles retaining possession, working on the outside. Shot there, another post hit. Oh, the benches seem to like it. All right, so Brunch brings it in for the Grizzlies. He's just going to lay it out and make the change. Change doesn't last for long. Brunch comes out looking for an option. Working it back behind the net. Finally finds an option, shoot, but it's a crease violation. Shooting Eagles ball. Shooting Eagles get it over center. Screaming children apparently, running God knows where. Play goes on. Looking for options here, going across the field of play, nothing there. Grizzlies gain possession. Brought in by Ethan Quinn. Ethan Quinn gains the center line, dumps it off, makes the change. He gets it over to Toru Morimatsu. Morimatsu looking to work in, gets it over, fires wide. Coming back the other way is the Shooting Eagles. Only get as far as the center line where it's retrieved there by Ethan Quinn. Grizzlies again shoot wide. And it's a touched ball, which means it's going to go possession to the Shooting Eagles in the Grizzly zone. Shooting Eagles have the ball, they work it down. Winter fires, saved there, made by Wandler. Grizzlies gain possession, looking to gain the center line, still with a decent 30. Shooting Eagles breaking out all the stops here, double teaming the ball carrier and forcing the turnover. Albeit briefly. Shot clock, no, they do get a fresh 30 apparently. Coaches on the end just lost it. They're counting out what should be on the shot clock. Referees are going to disagree, of course. And because we're not at field level, we can't say one way or the other, as we shouldn't be able to do that because the refs ultimately make the call. Play goes on. Shooting Eagles gain the possession in the Grizzly zone. Jake Young from the point, fires wide, retrieves his own miss. Goes down to Lady, who fires it wide, hits the wall, but gets enough of Wandler to the point where they're going to say, yep, fresh 20 and back to the Shooting Eagles. Winter goes to Young. Young fires one in the back of the head to Lewis. Recovered there by the Grizzlies. And it looks like Lewis and Bromley are going to, sorry, I stand corrected. Yeah, Lewis and Moog may get into it here, but we'll keep an eye on that one. Grizzlies keep possession, 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Just an absolute sea of humanity. They said he trapped it. It's going back to the Shooting Eagles. Hydration break. Shooting Eagles have possession coming out of the hydration break. Down 3 in this fourth quarter. 6:53 left to go. Tries to shoot behind the back there. Nothing happening. Goalie's not falling for that one. Gathered there by Lewis. He'll get center. And he does. Lewis looking to dump it off to make the change. Double change over to Carlson. Moffat's out there as well. Morimatsu works it down. Sure enough to Brunch. Shot there. Save made by the Shooting Eagles goaltender. Change possession to the Shooting Eagles. Gain across center. And he gets it over. Looking for options. Collected there by Lady. Lady looking to work inside. And ref is going to say change of possession going to the Grizzlies. Carlson works it around, gains center. Brunch shot there, crease violation going back to the Shooting Eagles. Gathered there by Margetson. Margetson dumps it off. Quick dish there, shoot, scores! Blake Young, beautiful dish there. And the Screaming Eagles get to within 2.
Shooting Eagles goal scorer number 40, Blake Young. These two numbers were Garrett Winter and number 11, Tag Rowe. Down goal 9:49. Blake Young from Winter Road at 9:49.
So Blake Young from Winter and Moog pulls the Shooting Eagles within 2. Coming back the other way, sure enough, goal there.
Grizzlies goal scored by number 21, Vaughn Pitchin. This is to number 20, Brian Simmons. Out goal 10-14. Pitchin from Simmons at 10-14.
So pinching from Simmons there on one heck of a goal puts the Grizz lead back out to 3. Shot from the point, collected there by Lomas. Lomas looking for the long ball, finds no takers, recovered by the Grizzlies. They get a fresh 30 and get out. Eilert brings it across center, dumps it, gets it over to Brunch. Brunch, solid game today. Cutting in is Carlson. Carlson looking for options, gets it back out to Brunch. Brunch looking to put his man on roller skates here, and he kind of does. Shot, scores! Great solo effort by Brunch. So Brunch from Carlson and Eilert on a beautiful airborne goal by Brunch puts the Grizzlies lead at 13-9. 3:15 left to go in this fourth quarter. Grizzlies have possession in the Shooting Eagles zone. Working it down is Manarino. Manarino, Morimatsu running a bit of interference. Recovered there by the Shooting Eagles. Margetson brings it in, looking to dump. Or sorry, not Margetson, my apologies. Young looking to dump over. looking for an option. The crease violation, but no play was made. Fitzpatrick misses the pass. Going back the other way, in full stride, is Simmons. Simmons dumps it off, and he gets it over to Carlson. Carlson looking to work in, gets it over to Brunch. Brunch fires, save made. Looking to force it loose, 3 seconds on the shot clock. Forces it loose, nothing happening there. Turnover to the Shooting Eagles. Eagles ball brought in there by Parson Quintino. Parson Quintino gets it over to Tag Moog. Moog gets it down to Jake Young, who gets it over to Lady. Shot wide. 1 second on the shot clock. Shot clock violation going back to the Grizzlies. 1:29 left to go in this fourth quarter. Grizzlies lead 13-9. Carlson from the point fires, save made by Lomas. Shooting Eagles ball. They look to get across center, and they do. Dishes off. Last minute of play. Shooting Eagles down 4. Oh, what a shot there. Blake Young collects one from his brother, 40 from 8. And the Shooting Eagles within 3. So a little bit of an eventful thing there. Yeah, looks like it's going to be, he has gone from the game, so.
Shooting Eagle family